Inside, hoping to stay warm. I don't know why I'm having bad connection today, but I am, guys. But this is a very important live. This is about heart disease. Now, heart disease affects 7.8 million people in the world today. And I've been getting a lot of requests, a lot of people asking me what can they take for their heart disease, how to heal heart disease, all the things that they can do to even prevent it. And I'm here to tell you there's many things you can do to prevent it. Now, many of you, if you've never been on one of my lives before, howdy, Texas Commander. Good to see you, honey. I'm Wendy. I've been a master herbalist and horticulturalist for over 40 years. And healing everyone of every disease and illness on the planet. Especially the last 2 years, 2 to 3 years alone with, all the COVID infections and everything going on with that. So many people rely on me to give them factual information, positive results, and so far over 15,000 have healed from their diseases and illnesses in the last 2 years alone, taking one of the protocols that I suggest. Now, about heart disease, there are, again, I'm going to say, currently, and this is from the CDC, and I don't like getting statistics from the CDC, but they say the same thing as the rest. Thank you for that heart, Diamond. Love you, girl. Now, 7.8 million people in the U.S. suffer from heart disease, and the top 3 causes of death is number 1, heart disease. 2, stroke, which is caused by heart disease. Number 3, chronic obstruction pulmonary disease, which is caused by heart disease. So the top 3 causes of death in the world today are all heart issues, and there's something we must do about it, because the average person, being that there's 7.8 million people in the world that have it, that's 1 out of 5 deaths. So 1 out of 5 people will die of some kind of heart issues or heart disease. And we need to prevent this, and we need to stop it, and it's easy to stop. And I'm here to share with you what you can do to either correct what you have right now. Perhaps you've had a stroke, perhaps you've already had a heart attack, and also how to prevent it. Now, heart disease affects the major blood vessels that supply the heart muscle, and cholesterol deposits plaques into the heart arteries, causing coronary heart disease. Many of you know this already, guys. And it can lead to heart attacks, chest pains, angina, or stroke. Let me tell you something about angina. If you've never had angina, it's a very odd feeling. It isn't what you expect when you hear somebody say chest pains. It isn't always, right here. Sometimes it is. And how I know is because I've had angina before. It was scary. And each time I had it, I was driving. Now this was years ago. And now what I thought was what it feels like in your upper stomach. It's like right below your ribs. It feels like this, all of a sudden, like some kind of an alien is trying to come out, and it feels hard. It's like your stomach all of a sudden gets hardened, kind of bloats out, and you have this like just dulling pain, like right there in your upper gut. That to me is what angina feels like, and I had it 3 times while driving. Yeah, heartburn makes you feel like you're having a heart attack. Yeah, Troy, sometimes it does. You've had that, Texas Commander? Oh, man. And every time I had that, it was scary. I thought I should probably pull over. I might pass out. I don't know. But I was driving slow, because another few of the symptoms of just before you have a heart attack or perhaps a stroke is shortness of breath. And that's, breathing out slow, trying to get air. Sometimes you get pain in your neck, in your jaw, your throat, and definitely your upper belly, your back. Pain or numbness, weakness or coldness in legs or arms if blood vessels are narrowed. Racing heartbeat, that's another one. I had that too. It was like I had several symptoms at once when I had angina, and I went, okay, time to change my lifestyle. And this was years ago, guys. It's not a fun thing, because imagine one of my friends was way up on a second-story ladder when it happened to him. He just flat out died of a massive heart attack. Didn't even know it was coming. And so I'm here to share with all of you how you can prevent heart disease of all kinds. Heart disease, stroke, chronic obstruction, and pulmonary disease naturally. And it's really quite simple. But I want to go on to explain to you about how this actually works. Now, plaque forms when cholesterol lodges in the wall of the artery. Now, what does that mean? Why is cholesterol lodge in the walls of our arteries? Now, as many of you know that maybe have high cholesterol, you have LDL, low density L protein, and there's HDL, high density lipoproteins. Now, what LDL does, the low lipoproteins, they deposit cholesterol into the blood vessel walls. Why? Because your blood vessel walls have been damaged, and I'll tell you shortly what damages them. HDL, the high density lipoprotein, is composed of multiple proteins, and it transports fat molecules to liver for excretion. Sounds good, right? So the LDL and the HDL cholesterol, they're not bad things, guys. They're good things. They're protecting our body. Now, how does LDL or HDL get shooting high? They do that if your body has to continually patch those holes in your veins. So then the wall gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And before you know it, the walls of your veins have now narrowed to a point where now you have high blood pressure. Now that cholesterol is forming plaque, and yeah, our brains are cholesterol. Yes, bud, they are, honey. You know it. Yeah, high blood pressure. Yes, I do have a protocol. Let me tell you something quickly about that. I had high blood pressure for 30 years. I was on the Lisinopril for 30 years. And I got off of my high blood pressure medication in 30 days, just taking my Protocol 1. And that you can find on my website, godsherbsheal.com. And I'll explain a little bit more why I was healed taking that protocol of high blood pressure. Now, my risk of heart attack just went down by at least 75%. Just lowering my high blood pressure. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Those of you just coming on, I'm Wendy. I'm a master herbalist of over 40 years and horticulturalist. And this is something really important that so many have come to me and ask me about, and that's heart disease. And there's definitely many things that we can do to prevent it and to heal what is already happening. Yeah, praise, hallelujah. Yes, exactly, guys. Now, plaque that gradually enlarges over time are often covered by thick fibrous caps that can resist breaking apart. They can still block blood flow, causing angina. So holy cow, I had those symptoms, and I got to the point where the plaques in my blood vessel is enlarged so much that they got covered by thick fibrous caps, and they resist breaking apart but blocked my blood flow. That's what happened. And now the bad thing about it is with exertion, these blockages can also lead to different types of heart attacks. So I got lucky. When that happened to me 3 times, I would say within a month and a half, Your body warns you, you guys. Your body warns you. Don't ignore those warnings. And I did not ignore those warnings. I went, okay, what am I eating? What am I doing? What am I drinking? Am I exercising? The answer was no. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't drinking good things, and I wasn't exercising at that time when it happened to me. And it happened suddenly. And when your body gives you these warning signs and you got chest pains or angina or high blood pressure, those are all warning signs. And sometimes our body gives us such notice and you still don't change that, later on when it happens, you go, oh yeah, I wish I could go back in time and do things differently. Why didn't we then, right? Because sometimes we think that we're invincible. I sure thought I was invincible, that's for sure. Let me tell you something about now. Now, the liver produces 75% of the body's cholesterol. So LDL and HDL are actually the body's like ambulances. They come to the rescue. They come to the rescue to fill in the gaps in our arteries so that there's no holes in our arteries. Otherwise, we'd hemorrhage to death internally, wouldn't we? Hi, guys. Good to see you, loves. Now, I'm going to tell you the things that cause these holes in your arteries. And give me a second. I'd take a drink. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Yes, I'm trying to collect 20 hearts today. There are so many people in need that need my help, that need this herbal medicine to help heal them of all disease and illness. Yeah, please keep tapping the screen, guy. Let's get up to 25 to 50,000. If each one of you can keep tapping that screen, so many people need to know how to heal heart disease, how to prevent it. So please tap the screen. No, I do not believe in modern meds at all. And let me tell you something about modern meds. So what the doctor then gives you, and yes, I'm reading from my notes because I don't want to miss telling you about some of the very most important things about heart disease. Now, what this all causes is chronic inflammation. So when your good LDL is patching up the holes in your arteries, and the ADL, which is the good cholesterol, is bringing fats out of the bloodstream through the liver to be excreted. That cholesterol, once it's built up into your arteries and it keeps patching these holes, that's a lot of inflammation, because now your bloodstream is the highway of ridding your body of toxins. It goes through your body, through your kidneys, through your pancreas, through your gallbladder and liver, and out it goes, right? Thanks, guys, for tapping the screen. Yes, let's get us up there, sweethearts, because a lot of people, never ever take statins. So I was just going to mention that. So what the doctor gives you for inflammation is statins. Statins, inhibitors, and I got to tell you, the side effects are atrocious. They cause nausea, headaches, sore muscles, migraines, all of these things, because you're basically turning off your body's natural immune system to attack the inflammation in your body, right? Now, let me tell you what causes heart disease. And I know you already know this. I know you already know this. And its biggest things are red meat, dairy, and fried foods. Those are what puts holes in your arteries. And the number one is smoking. Number 2, diabetes. I'll tell you the diabetes connection in a second. Heavy alcohol consumption is number 3. Number 4 is chronic infections. So if you continue to get chronic infections, and boy, oh boy, did so many millions of us get chronic infections these last 2 years. during all the COVID bouts, right? I mean, some of us were one after another and another. And guess what happened in the last 2 years? More people died of heart disease than any other year in history. And that's a fact. Over these last 2 years during COVID, that's a chronic infection. And the last one is lack of exercise and obesity. So all of these things are what causes heart disease, what causes basically pits in your arteries, causing your LDL, low density lipoprotein depositing cholesterol in there to patch it up. And it causes your HDL to raise because your veins have narrowed, it can no longer pull the fats out through your blood system and out through the liver and excrete the extra fats, right? Now, let me tell you the connection to diabetes. Why diabetes is the number 2 cause of heart disease. It's because of the things I just said. Look at what most people with diabetes, they get diabetes because what? They're eating red meat, they're eating dairy, they're eating processed foods, they're eating fried foods. Many of them, I don't know how many, there must be a survey out there. How many people with diabetes also smoke, or don't exercise, or maybe they have heavy alcohol consumption. So all of that is pathogens, and you have sugars that are rising up and down in your bloodstream more so than any other person with any other disease and illness than diabetes. So that's going to further damage the walls of your arteries. Just makes sense, right? Now there's a few herbs that I found that really strengthen the arteries. So if you continue the bad lifestyle and you don't want to stop eating fried foods and smoking and excessively drinking, sounds bad, doesn't it? I think we've all done that, huh? Some form or another. We've excessively drank. We've probably maybe smoked. We've eaten fried foods. I know I have, and that's probably why I had those symptoms years ago, because I was doing exactly that. I was smoking then, eating fried foods, drinking pretty regularly with my group, especially when we're kids or young teenagers or young adults. Many of us have went through that party-hardy stage. Oh yeah, it's all fun and games until we're gone, right? Because we don't think of that. Thank you, sweetheart. So this last Sunday, I was out harvesting one of the top herbs that help with heart disease and also high blood pressure, regulates high blood pressure. And I was able to collect, and I did a video on it. Many of you probably saw that video that I just posted a couple days ago. On the herb I was collecting was hawthorn berry. Now, hawthorn berry helps blood flow and it regulates blood pressure. It also helps lower LDL and HDL cholesterol. The number 2 herb is turmeric. It soothes scar tissue. Because, when you have holes in your arteries, now you have scar tissue in your arteries, and that builds up into plaque as well. And hard calcium deposits happen in the blood when you have scar tissue. So turmeric soothes scar tissue, and it supports heart walls thickness, okay? So it'll help thicken the walls of your arteries. Green tea. What did you know? Did you know green tea lowers LDL? So not that we want to lower LDL, because again, LDL cholesterol is our savior. It goes in and it patches up the holes of our veins. But when it builds up and builds up and builds up because we don't stop what we're doing with our lifestyle, then green tea will lower the LDL so that it doesn't break open, and then plaques are in our blood, and now we have a heart attack, or now we possibly have a stroke. That's what causes that. Robert, your LDL? Hey, Robert, Your LDL was 130? Holy cow, love. Sweetheart, I don't know why you're not moderator here. Robert, I just made you moderator, honey. Robert's got quite some testimonies. He's been taking my protocols for many things. Yeah, green tea has EGCG, kills cancer cells. You got that right, Carol Ann. Thank you for commenting that. Supposed to be 90. Your LDL is 130. Oh gosh, 6, and it's supposed to be less than 3. Well, honey, we're going to fix you right up because that's why I'm here. I'm going to help heal all of you of heart disease, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. Yerba mate tea, interesting. I'll have to research that one. It never came up in any of the top research. As you guys know, as a master herbalist, I only use the top 8 to 10 scientifically proven, lab-tested herbs that work for any disease and illness. I won't use anything else. I won't, some things are good for maintenance. Some herbs are good for a good Band-Aid. Blessing Gamma, I'll tell you in a minute. Listen on, sweetie. I'm going to get right to what helps high blood pressure. And because I had high blood pressure for 30 years and I got off my meds in 30 days. 30 days after being on high blood pressure meds for 30 years. Yeah, keep tapping the screen, guys. Thank you. Beets are an awesome choice. Yes, user 4421. So here's another herb that really helps strengthen the arteries. Now, these are herbs that just help strengthen the arteries too, or lower bad cholesterol. Olive leaf is another. Now, it's highly antioxidant. It lowers blood pressure and reduces arterial damage. Hibiscus, garlic, ginseng, ginger, cinnamon. Now, I just told you guys my recipe for my new formula in a heartbeat. Yeah, you know it. I just formulated it 2 days ago, and that's what's in it. Those top herbs. If you set out to purchase these, like, I don't know, what is it, 8 to 10 herbs, you'd be spending well over $120. But when I get this formula, when the formula is complete in 2 weeks, you'll just have it all in one and you don't have to worry about buying them separately. You'll get it for less than a third of that price, let me tell you. And it's going to be potent. Love you too, Robert. Okay, you're heading out right now, out the door? Okay, sweetie. Yeah, we will all look forward to you coming on next week, Robert. Next week I'll have a testimony live. But, okay, guys, so it doesn't end here, okay? You know what I'm going to say. So I already told you the top things that cause heart disease and why our arteries are becoming pitted and why LDL and HDL cholesterol has to come to our rescue. And again, that's smoking, diabetes, heavy alcohol consumption, chronic infections, and lack of exercise and obesity. Now, when I collected the hawthorn berry and gathered lots of fresh hawthorn berries this last week, I immediately did a video on heart disease. And I've known this for several years. So again, I've been a master herbalist and horticulturalist for over 40 years, healing tens of thousands of people of all disease and illness. So you know I had to do a video on this, right? I was right there out in the field collecting this hawthorn berry. And this is something I've known for years for even my own benefit, having had high blood pressure and angina in my life. And in 2020, NCBI, National Center Biological Institute, finally put out the lab test results on parasites and heart disease. You just knew I was going to say it, weren't you? Now, parasites directly affect anatomical structures of the heart, okay? With infections manifested as myocarditis, pericarditis, pancarditis, pulmonary hypertension, heart disease. Now, Chagas disease is one of them. Chagas disease is by far the most important parasitical infection of the heart, and one that is currently considered a global parasitical infection. Now, the protozoan and helminths parasites are most predominant in your body if you have any sign whatsoever of high blood pressure or heart disease, or if you've had a stroke, if you've had angina, any of that. I can guarantee you have helminths parasites in your body right now contributing to the blockage of your blood. Now, several reached out to me this week telling me that they're on blood thinners. Oh, good Lord, please don't take blood thinners. If you need to thin your blood, the best thing you can take is cayenne pepper supplements. Take 2,000 milligrams a day. Don't take those blood thinners because there are so many side effects with those things, and it just adds to the issue. It just adds to the issue of any heart disease and or heart issues whatsoever. Now, parasites do damage to the heart and blood vessels than any other living organism. Yes. So it isn't just that you're smoking. It isn't that you just have diabetes or that you excessively drink or have chronic infections or lack exercise or are obese. They do more damage to the heart and blood vessels than any other living organism or anything you could do. Now, the foods that we eat definitely play a huge part in it because they attract these parasites, and it makes common sense. So if you're eating the 4 top no-nos, like red meat, dairy, fried foods, and processed foods and fried foods, you're going to attract these parasites. That's just a feeding ground for them. So it's important to clean up your diet. I know it's hard, loves. I know it's hard. And you got to kill these parasites, and you got to pull the pathogens out of your blood because they carry with them 20 times their weight in pathogens. This is what's thickening your blood. You got parasitical excretions coming out of every crevice of your body through your blood vessels. And Protocol 1 is what clears it. That's what healed me, finally, of high blood pressure. After 30 years on high blood pressure meds, I was healed in 30 days. Just taking my Protocol 1. You can get it on my site, godsherbshealed.com. But until I get my other formula done, which I'm calling In a Heartbeat, which has all the supporting herbs to help with your blood vessels, get your blood vessels strengthened again, clear the plaque out of your blood vessels, and get everything flowing again, you can certainly at least go get hawthorn berry. Oh, and beets, beet powder. Add that to your morning coffee. Add it to your afternoon lemon ginger water. That's a good one as well. But you definitely want to, if you have any kind of heart issues whatsoever, high blood pressure, angina, if you've had a stroke, if you have heart disease, definitely get my Protocol 1 because it will kill these parasites on contact. It is 100% effective. How do you know what herbs to create new protocols? Crystal, how do I know, love? You guys want to answer that? You've heard me so many times say it. I've been doing this for over 40 years, and I'm also a master horticulturalist, okay? So I grow these herbs organically for many decades, and it is God Himself that tells me. Now, I know my herbs inside and out as a master herbalist and a master horticulturalist for over 40 years. It's actually 41 years now that I've been a master herbalist and horticulturalist. One gal said the other day, "What'd you do? Start at 5 years old?" I said, "No, I'm pretty old." Yeah. But anyways, that's how I know. So even though I know my herbs inside and out, I grow them, I touch them, I feed them, I water them, I leave it to God. And that's why my name here and my website is called God's Herbs Heal, because He created these herbs, you guys. He created them. He created the miracle to heal us. And there's an herb on the planet for every single disease and illness out there. And I've seen it all. I have seen healing like never before. Isn't that right, crew? My admins will tell you. My mods will tell you. They've come across testimony after testimony of anyone who's taking any one of my protocols, and I have 5 protocols, by the way. One for cancer, one for Lyme's, one for all herpes viruses and autoimmune diseases, one for COVID and jab injuries. Every one of them has healed the disease and illness I said it would heal in about 90 days, approximately 90 days. Now, yeah, Green Girl, you can tell. Green Girl will tell you, honey, if you want to come on for a little bit, please do, if you're willing. Otherwise, we can do testimony live next week. But if you want to come on, please do, and just say what I just said or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, okay, come on. Request to come live with me. Green Girl will tell you. She's in my private support group. She will tell you how many people have been healed from all disease and illness. We're talking cancer, diabetes, guys. Every single person on my protocol 3 who has diabetes has gotten off of their meds within 6 weeks. We're talking off their insulin, off their metformin in 6 weeks. If you have any form of diabetes, diabetes 1, diabetes 2, or if you have insulin resistance, my protocol 3 will do it. Okay, I got you, girl. I'm accepting you right now, sweetheart. So you right here about healing from disease and illness. About healing from disease and illness. Hi, honey.
Hey there, how are you? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, great, great. So yeah, I can testify to that because I'm the admin in the Facebook group, and we are constantly hearing great testimonies. We had one lady, I was surprised even myself when I started to become an admin. We had a lady that was cured of lupus in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I have never heard of that. And so my partner's mom also has lupus. So I called her right away and I'm like, you got to get on this. You got to get on this. And not just lupus. I mean, we hear so many good stories. We have one gal, it's Brianna. Wendy, you remember Brianna? She's in the
Yes.
group, and
Yeah.
she had breast cancer, well, has breast cancer, and a brain tumor, and a lot of things going on. And her tumors are shrinking. And she's had some good progress. So, we've got a lot of people that are on their last hope. We've got a person right now, Wendy can share the story on that, with a 19-year-old that's on
Yeah.
hospice,
Yeah.
so we're kind of working with them now, and, we're hoping
Exactly.
for some good progress there.
Yeah, life lessons for Christ. Osteoarthritis absolutely can be healed. You just need my protocol too at godsherbsheal.com. Okay, go on there, Green Girl. Anything else you want to add to that? Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're just constantly hearing good things, so many things. Blood pressure constantly. We hear stories of things, blood pressure going down. We've got
Oh,
Mary in the group who remember Mary? Mary's got the rope worms and all of that. All of the stuff is starting to come out now, so
yeah.
all
And
good things.
Clara, who is 82 years old,
Yes.
had high blood pressure, and she got off her high blood pressure meds in about 5 weeks. 5 weeks it was. She got off of
Right.
her
And
heart.
she had
What?
fear getting on the protocol. She had fear getting on the protocol and she was
Yes,
hesitant to get on. We worked with her. She finally got on, and we got on board with, the diet and everything. And she's doing wonderful. She's doing wonderful. Her energy level's high. She just went through the hurricane and out in Florida, and she was like torpedoing through, trying to clean everything out of her house to evacuate. And
right.
she's like, I had all this energy. I had all this energy. I'm like, I wish I had your energy now, Clara.
Yeah, I know.
But I'll get
So,
there too. I'll get there too.
we have many people come into the group or even on the live here, some that are afraid because of their age. Maybe you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s, and you're afraid of clearing your body of disease and illness because you don't know what it's going to do. Well, let me tell you, Clara, who's 82, my mom, who's 81, we have several ladies, and I'm kind of old too, actually. And we have several ladies and gentlemen in our group, 60s, 70s, 80s. They are healing from all their disease and illness, even after having it for decades and decades. Protocol 1 for high blood pressure, yes, Captain Closet. Protocol 1 is for high blood pressure. That's exactly what I took. Now, you don't want to get off your high blood pressure meds right away, but just monitor yourself. So like on week 2, check your blood pressure. Week 3, maybe wean yourself off or have your doctor monitor you. I didn't have my doctor monitor me. I monitored myself. And by week 4, my blood pressure stayed steady at 125 over 76. It has never been that low in 30 years. My blood pressure was normally right around 145 over 98, 99. The low number would get up to 105, 108. I had extremely high blood pressure, but after I took my protocol 1, in 30 days, I was off my meds after 30 years of high blood pressure. Now, the thing is, you must take it for 3 months because, as I said, it's these parasites that have a lot to do with it that I just mentioned, the helminths. They do the most damage to the heart and to your blood vessels. So you have to do it for 3 months straight in order to get rid of these parasites because they're laying over 2 million eggs inside the liver every 30 seconds, and those eggs lay dormant for 45 to 75 days. So you have to be sure you get their eggs and kill their eggs. That's why you have to do the protocol for 3 months, loves. So Green Girl, tell me about how you're personally feeling right now on my protocol. Which one are you focused on now, honey?
I'm on protocol 2.
Yeah.
So I am on my 9th month, but I say I'm an onion and I need to peel everything back. There's so many things that I had going on. I've got mold from a moldy condo. So I was on protocol 3 for a
Oh,
little bit.
Oh, hang on a second. Brad Rice just said his 84-year-old father is healing from 5 different cancers using Protocol 2.
Wow. Yeah, and I talked to Brad. I've talked to
Yeah.
Brad before, and I know he's got some great success stories there with
Hmm.
his dad. And I know he had some things with the diet and all of that. We work through everything. So when you're in the private group, you have that personal
Yeah.
attention from both
Yes.
Wendy and I, where we can help you guys and guide you through all the diet stuff. But as far as, for me, I've been on the protocol since January, and I'm on protocol too because I've got fungus as well. So I've got a couple things going on. I'm peeling back the onion, but I'm
Yeah.
feeling much better. Excuse me. I added Bloodroot and Maiden's Tears a couple of months ago, and boy, that was really, really potent. So I had to really slow down. I was getting major detox symptoms, but that was a good sign for me. Whenever you're going through detox, it was a good sign. So I had that, and so far so good. I just continue, and I'm feeling more energy. I've got my good days and I've got my bad days. And I reached out to Wendy. I was fighting some kind of a bug too. I'm like, I need your Viral X desperately. Please send me some. So I had a little bit of that. My partner was sick over the weekend, and I started catching it too. And so that's another product that's really been helpful for me. And I also take lymphatic support. I
Yeah.
was kind of feeling like my lymph nodes were full. And so, and I work out. We're at the gym like every other day, every couple of days, and I do the rebounder. So I was a little concerned with that because the lymph, was getting a little swollen. So I got the tincture, and that's helped me a lot. And then I also, Wendy, I don't know if you know the story about the eye floaters, if you remember that.
Yes.
Um,
The eye
I,
floaters.
yeah,
Yeah.
the eye floaters are still kind of there. And Wendy, I'm having a lot of parasites coming out from, kind of the head area, right? Eyes and the
Right.
nose. Still, they're
Yeah.
still coming
I just
out.
want to tell all of you what she's talking about, eye floaters and things coming out of the head area. Now, many of you that have eye floaters or perhaps tinnitus, that's a sure sign that you have parasitical infestation and heavy metals in the brain. Now, these parasites dig deep. They are what causes cataracts and degenerative macular degeneration and glaucoma. Parasites cause that, you guys. Now, what she's talking about is when she's been on my protocol for quite some time, and all of a sudden, just when you think you're done detoxing of these parasites, and she started taking my bloodroot and maiden's tears. I think you started seeing them before you took the bloodroot and maiden's tears.
Yeah.
Um, and but couple times she wiped her eye, like you have sleepy eye gunk. Well, they were parasites that came out. Not anything significant, but they were parasites on her finger when she rubbed her eye. Because the more you do the protocol, the more it digs deep into the soft muscle tissue of their body. They hide deep into the brain. Let me tell you guys. Now, and I've shared this with you before, that parasites excrete ammonia, which turn into uric acid, acting like kind of acid on a battery terminal to your pineal gland. And your pineal gland is what produces your melatonin. So if you have a hard time sleeping, you have brain fog, chronic fatigue, ringing in the ears, you have glaucoma, you have cataracts, you absolutely have parasitical infestation and heavy metals in the brain that you need to get out. And Green Girl's finding that 9 months later, because, we're older, we're decades old guys. So the older you are, the longer it's going to take to dig these parasites out of every single crevice out of your deep inside your brain tissues, even and your major organ tissues. Isn't that right, Green Girl?
Sure, for sure. And I'm just happy that, that doesn't bother me because I'm just happy that they're coming out. I know that
Yeah,
I'm healing, and the more and more they come out, the better I feel day after day. I
right.
still have my good days and my bad days, but everybody does, so.
Yes.
Just in general, everybody's got a good and bad day. So, detox was pretty mild for me. The only thing I had in the beginning were some little bit of a headache, but it wasn't like a major migraine or anything. And then every time I feel like a heavy detox symptom coming on, I just take Zeolite and it takes care of it within like 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah,
Um,
just so you guys know, what's part of the protocol one for high blood pressure is the herbal ivermectin, which is 100% effective at killing all species of parasites. And the Vitox is comprised of the top eight um, herbs that permeate through the blood-brain barrier to pull the metals. Very few herbs on the planet permeate through the blood-brain barrier, and these are the top eight in the Vitox. And what she's talking about is the pure zeolite micronized powder. Now, there's only one manufacturer in the entire world that produces the pure micronized zeolite powder, and I work with him only. I will not get anything less than the best, guys. So when she says she got a slight headache during the detox and she took one more dose of zeolite powder, you see, zeolite does not absorb into the body. What it does is it goes in like a magnet and it grabs out these metals, grabs out the die off once you get it into the bloodstream from these two tinctures. Because this pulls it into the bloodstream, it pulls it out of all the small crevices. Once it gets into the bloodstream, the zeolite is right there to with its cage-like structure to grab it and pull it out through your bloodstream and gently through your bowels. Now you're going to see some things in that Mr. Toilet Bowl, aren't you, Green Girl?
oh, you'll have some visitors for sure.
Yeah, you're going to see some parasites actually coming out. Um, Most parasites are microscopic, but if you have diabetes, you definitely have fluke parasites. If you have heart disease, high blood pressure, any of that, you have helminths which is also a little larger parasite. And all of you, when you order a protocol on my website, godsherbsheal.com, you then get invited to my private support group. And I give my consultation for free there, and myself and Green Girl and about 2,000 others, we walk you through this thing. So you can ask questions. You can go, is this normal? Is that normal? Or what do I do? And so we're right there helping you through this entire process until you are healed. And we've seen some unbelievable healing happening in the group. And I try to post those videos on TikTok, as many as I can, but some of them get taken down. So once you're in group, though, you'll see all the testimonies. That's for sure. Isn't that right?
Yes, yes. There's a lot of testimonies there, and plus on your TikTok page too,
Yes, there is. Um, I'm a
including
little bit
mine.
behind. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind in posting testimonies on my TikTok. As most of you know, you see some of my videos. It's push time because it's fall season, and there's probably 8 to 10 herbs I have to harvest. Just so you guys know, again, I've been a master herbalist and horticulturalist for 40 years, so I grow a lot of the herbs organically, and anything I grow or harvest, I donate to the formulas so that they're more affordable, so that everyone can afford to heal. So if I didn't donate all the herbs I grew and forage, which is massive amounts, we're talking hundreds of gallons of herb that I grow and forage, the cost would just be too high and nobody could afford it. So just so you know, I'm doing everything I can to help all of you heal from all disease and illness. All of my protocols, all 5 of them, and you can check them out, are on godsherbsheal.com. So if you missed anything I said here, just go to my website, and they're pretty self-explanatory. I have descriptions under every protocol to tell you which one you might need. And if you still have questions, you can just email me through the website and I'll help you out there. But we're definitely going to help you out in the private group.
Yes, for sure. Wendy, there was a person that was asking about Parkinson's, if you could talk about that.
Oh, yes. You might have seen my video that I posted about Parkinson's disease. There was a man I'm helping. He has four-stage Parkinson's for 12 years. And in only, I want to say this right, I think it was 10 days, this man could not feel his right side or see out of his right eye for 12 years, or 10 of those 12 years. And in 10, it was either 10 days or 3 weeks. I forget which. I say it in my video. Either 10 days or 3 weeks, he was again able to feel his right side and see out of his right eye for the first time in 10 years. Now, Parkinson's, just like dementia and Alzheimer's, are caused by a very aggressive virus in the small intestines, along with some very aggressive parasites. And normally, it's the Gardaí parasite that Toxoplasma gondii is what it is. Toxoplasma gondii is the parasite associated with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. So my protocol 3 targets it. And it doesn't only target those things, it targets all immune system, autoimmune diseases, including lupus and MS and hypothyroid, Hashimoto's. So you would be looking for my protocol 3, honey, and I would highly suggest you also get my Maiden's Tears and bloodroot tinctures with it for Parkinson's, for actually all autoimmune disease. What Maiden's Tears does, it specifically targets that virus in the small intestines. My protocol 3 does that slowly, but when you add Maiden's Tears to it, it's like a direct shot, a direct shot to that virus in your small intestines. And what the bloodroot does, the bloodroot goes in and it cleans your blood. It targets any cancer cells in your body. And more importantly, it removes unwanted RNA from your DNA and repairs your DNA, repairs the damage done to your DNA from disease and illness. It's quite incredible. And Green Girl can testify to that too. And I've mentioned before how when I started my own bloodroot and Maiden's Tears, it was like, whoa. It's like, I didn't know that was coming. I thought I was cleared. And all of a sudden, the very next day, it was like years of built up sludge came out of my intestines that were just sitting there. And I was happily moving on with my days. I'm energetic now. I feel 12 years old again. Little did I know that I had sludge left in my small intestines from the diseases and illnesses I've had. And it's not that you have diarrhea all day. That's not what it is. But when you go the first time in the morning after that first cup of coffee, expect to make 4 more trips within the next 15 minutes. That's what I'm saying. But I lost about 10 pounds in a week, just getting sludge out of my lower intestines from those aggressive viruses.
Hey,
Did that happen to you as well?
I'm sorry, what was that? I was reading something on here real quick.
Did that happen to you as well? The sludge coming out?
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And there was somebody that wanted to talk about a testimony for Parkinson's. I
Yeah.
had a nurse contact me, and she had her father on a protocol, and he was in really bad shape. And what happened was, it was very hard for them because he couldn't really follow the protocol. He wasn't eating. I mean, there was a lot of bad stuff going on with him, and we couldn't get him to move forward. So her and her mom worked with him very, very closely, and he was on the protocol. And I just got word the other day that he's making really slow progress, but he's not as bad in memory as he used to be. I just literally heard that the other day. So hopefully we can get her to do a testimony too.
That would be so awesome. Somebody was asking about H. pylori. H. pylori is also you
Oh,
want to
got
take
it.
protocol 3 with my maiden tears and bloodroot. You will not have H. pylori anymore. My
I
daughter
eradicated
recently,
H. pylori too. I
yeah,
eradicated that. It took
yeah,
me, I had a really stubborn case, but I did get rid of it. And I was on protocol 3 initially and switched to protocol 2 for the fungus.
yeah. Diane Armstrong, I answered you in group. You got to take less tincture, honey. Um, Now, if you're experiencing detox symptoms like something hurts or your muscles and joints are hurting, you got to immediately back down on the amount of tincture you're taking, back down on the dosage, and take more zeolite. That's your body telling you need to do it slower. That's all. You got to listen to your body when you do this, and everybody is different. Because you see this dropper here, you can't just go, oh, this is nothing. Let me tell you guys, this is some potent stuff. Most people only need 1 to 2 drops. That's how potent it is. I have some people tested at their naturopath that told them they only needed, this is so potent, they only needed 1 to 2 drops. I suggest starting with 15 drops, but that's approximate, okay? So the dosage amounts are just approximate. You got to listen to your own body, because although they're herbs, you can't think of them that they're not effective, because they are so effective that they're healing every one of all disease and illness, guys.
That is so
How
true
effective it,
because bloodroot and maiden tears, when I first tried it, I was thinking it was like all the other tinctures. So I'm doing 10 drops, right? Because it's a new tincture for me. And boy, it kicked my butt the other day. The next day, I was literally, it knocked me down. I mean, I was detoxing hard. So yeah, when she
yeah,
says these herbs are potent, these herbs are potent. And another thing I just wanted to add really quick for Diane. Um, when you say full dropper, Diane, just keep in mind that not all the droppers are the same. I always count mine out, and then you'll get an idea of where it is on that dropper. When I wasn't even thinking about it, and my partner goes, "Did you realize that you just did a full dropper? That's like 60, 70 drops." And I didn't even know that. So I started
yeah,
counting out the drops. So Diane, that's a helpful tip for you if you want to um, maybe try that.
yeah. Somebody's asking about my ICU. My ICU formula is for glaucoma, macular degeneration, and cataracts. I used to wear glasses. These are it right here. In fact, I lost a lens. I can't wear my glasses anymore because I can't see anymore, because are my eyes are healing, taking my ICU tincture, my ICU formula. So the more I take it, the more clear I see. I don't see, it's not fuzzy no more. Nothing's fuzzy, but my eyes have progressed to healing so much that I can no longer wear my glasses. Um, and this is in part, though, you must take at least any protocol, any one of my protocols will clear the parasites, kill the parasites, and pull metals out of your brain. Any one of my protocols will heal diabetes and high blood pressure. Um, but the thing is, you have to target the virus. That's where the protocols differ. Like cancer, obviously, my protocol 2 is specific for cancer and fungus and bacteria, staph infections, things like that. Any disease and illness that brings up any of those things. My protocol 3 absolutely targets viruses. Um, my 4 for Lyme disease targets Lymes, obviously, and my number 5 protocol for long hauler symptoms and jab injuries. Well, That's self-explanatory too, right? But you can mix and match some things. You don't have to take separate protocols. So if you're confused and you're wanting to know which protocol you should take, just let me know. Jocelyn, for kidney failure, you don't want to be on any protocol. You just want to simply take my zeolite powder. The zeolite powder is known to reverse kidney renal failure and liver cirrhosis. So we got to get your kidneys back functioning right first. And really wouldn't hurt to take my kidney UTI formula, because that will further take bacteria out of your kidneys areas and strengthen it. So look up my kidney UTI formula and take my zeolite for your kidneys, love. Which protocol is good for kidney stones? Well, that would be you can take my kidney blaster, kidney stone blaster, but you want to also take my protocol 1 at least. For thyroid, free diabetes and thyroid, that's protocol 3. And also it'll address the blood pressure too, blessed gamma. Protocol 3 will address everything you just mentioned, blessed gamma. How do you know which ones to cut back on? Cut back on all of them and start up slowly again. Chronic UTI, goddess girl, take my kidney UTI support with my pure zeolite powder. Yeah, I used to get UTIs all the time, and that'll take care of it really quickly. Well, Green Girl, I thank you for coming on, honey. I'll let you go unless you want to help me answer questions.
Either way, I'm fine. No worries.
Okay. Chronic kidney disease, again, is just zeolite powder. Your liver it depends, Linda Saxon. It depends if your tissues are gone or not, dead tissue. I don't know your situation. My website is godsherbsheal.com. godsherbsheal.com. And then once you order, open up your order confirmation email, because in that email is the invitation link to my private support group, where I will give you ongoing free consultation until you are healed. And so will Green Girl. She's my administrator in the group as well. Yeah. What about fibromyalgia on one kidney or rheumatoid arthritis, swelling in the legs, nerve problem? Josephine, okay, on one kidney, honey, you want to take my protocol 2 for fibromyalgia and arthritis and your legs swelling. You want to get my protocol 2 with my lymphatic support and just take half the dose that it says, because you only have one kidney. And once you get into group, Josephine, we'll just guide you through, okay? We'll guide you through. Thank you. Would these protocols work for kidney transplant? I don't know that, Judith. I don't know the circumstances for that. User 8493, I cannot recommend anything for children, but you can, at your own discretion, use lesser dosage. That's what a lot of parents decide to do for themselves. Goddess, you've been telling everyone about me? You're healing many people in my town right now? I am. Goddess, what town are you from, honey? They need to post their testimonies on here. What town are you in? What state? Tell about I'm so glad he's doing well. Yeah, you've been telling everyone. You remember telling Alan? Yes, Rihanna. Thank you, Rihanna, sister. Yeah, the more people you tell, you guys, the more people will be healed from all disease and illness. Why suffer, right? No one needs to suffer anymore, not when God supplies the herbs that we need to heal. And there's just tens of thousands of testimonies out there showing that it works. For thyroid removed, Athena, yes. You need protocol 3, Athena. Heart disease and reversal veins. Mary, did you miss my whole life, sweetie? Talking about heart disease? I'll just give it to you in a nutshell, Mary. You need my protocol 1. Oh, varicose veins. Um, I have a varicose vein salve that works so good externally. But you know, you guys, salves are just band-aids. They won't cure you. You got to do the work on the inside. But I'm sold out on that currently, I'm sorry to say. I have to have time to make more. As soon as the fall harvest season is done, then I can get on making my salves again. But Mary, just get on protocol 1 at godsherbsheal.com and it'll clear your heart disease. Thank you for explaining how the zeolite tinctures work. You're welcome, sweetie. Oh, you're in Nevada. Good. I'm glad. You gotta, if they have a TikTok, please have them post a testimony and tag me. For protocol for kidney stones and lingering COVID issues. For COVID issues, you need my protocol 5. My protocol 5, you'll get your taste and smell back. The chronic fatigue lifts. Brain fog is gone. And for the kidney stones, just get my kidney blaster formula. Add it to the protocol 5. I can't believe you said the same thing, Rihanna. Yeah. I know. I'm so happy, you guys. God has blessed us, so many of us, with this healing. And I'm glad he put me in the position. This is why he's trained me for over 40 years as a master herbalist and a horticulturalist. You know, what a combination, right? That's no fluke. He purposely did that so that one, I'd be touching the herbs, I'd be harvesting the herbs. It's one thing to be a master herbalist, but to also grow the herbs and harvest the herbs, I can't say I know of anyone else that does that. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but my gosh, are they missing out? Because if you don't actually grow these herbs, harvest them, touch these herbs, feel their energy, you would have no idea how to formulate as an herbalist. I don't know how, to just have book knowledge isn't enough. It is not enough to create these formulas. Book knowledge is one thing, but to have the experience to grow and touch and forage these herbs and feel feel God's energy, this is how I do it, you guys. God is absolutely, I have to connect to him to formulate these things. No matter what I know, he knows more because he created them, right? Yes, it is recorded, 9805, and I can post it on my YouTube. My YouTube is God's Herbs Heal. YouTube took down my last video I posted about how to heal MS brain lesions. YouTube took that one down, so I got a strike against me right now.
Wendy, YouTube actually took down Dr. Berg's. They're censoring Dr. Berg on YouTube as well.
They are censoring him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody posted that in group today, and I listened to the video, and they are censoring him. So, yeah, I think we need to all think about Plan B.
I know. Well, you guys, I do post this video in private groups. So when you order, you're going to get invited to the private group. So I'll be posting this video then. It takes a few hours for the video to download after a live, so probably tomorrow. Danzig Red, yes, I ship to every country in the world. I ship to every country. Everything with everyone. Everyone deserves to heal. Thank you, Rihanna. Yeah, you guys, if you're on one of my protocols and you have a testimony, please do a video of it. Please tag me in that video. More people need to know what is going to heal them. Our life goes by so fast, every second of every day. I think, oh my gosh, yeah, I did a lot today, but where did the day go? This is such a short life. And if we can live it disease free and healthy, pain free, let's help everyone. And the best way you can do that is by doing a testimony video, and tagging me and sharing it. Guys, I'm 70 comments behind, and I'm going to go pretty soon. I'll ask a few more questions, though, but I'll give you guys 10 more minutes, okay? Because I do have to get out, and I still have to harvest some things, too. Yeah, okay. You're welcome. Okay, I don't see questions now. So you guys got any last-minute questions for me? You need to do protocol 1 and do video review, but I have to say, okay, sweetheart, brain lesions, which protocol? Pam, protocol 3. Protocol 3 for brain lesions, honey, and watch my video. Oh, wait, did I post that? No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, that would have been, I didn't post it on TikTok because it's a recording of a live. It was on YouTube, but they took it down. So protocol 3, Pammy, B, for brain lesions. I'd love to help. And okay, Rihanna, thank you for the offer of help. I will absolutely keep that in mind. How to detox from vaccine after long. Easy, honey. Username is honey. My protocol 5 is specifically formulated for vaccine injuries and detoxing from COVID and long haulers. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer for your mom. That would be protocol 2, along with my Maiden's Tears and Bloodroot. Yeah, knowledge is power. Wendy, we bought protocol 2 for diagnosed throat cancer. Yay! I hope you're in the private group, honey, so we can walk you through it. My husband had a heart attack last year and has 2 titanium stents. Jay, have him get on my protocol 1 right away. Okay? He needs to get the parasites out of his body and the heavy metals out and the pathogens and the fungus and bacteria. And he needs to clean up his diet. We can help him in group with all of that. Do I need cancer tincture for nodules, or is a protocol 3 enough? Ninka, love herbs. Hi, sweetie. I would add the cancer tincture to your protocol 3. What is for high antibodies and autoimmune disease? Danzig Red? I see you every week, sweetie. Yeah. Protocol 3. I'm so glad you found me too, Athena. Gallstones would be you want to take my Stone Blaster formula along with my pure zeolite powder. Okay, I'm trying to catch up on your questions, guys. Green Girl and Dennis are answering you guys. Watch my mods. They're answering you too. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. RA is protocol 3. RA is protocol 2. 4492. Protocol 2 for RA, because RA usually comes with a whole ton of... Oh, Dennis already answered you. See, that's how far behind I get on my questions. I'm so glad you guys are here. Oh yeah, protocol 5, not only does it target COVID, it also will heal you of diabetes. It'll heal you of let's see. Look up protocol 1. Protocol 5 does everything protocol 1 does, except it also heals you of long haul COVID, and it removes the majority of this thing. Hi, Sandra. pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, can't lose weight. I am Cal 5. You need my protocol 3. You are going to be healed, honey. Oh yeah. You have no idea how fast diabetes and high blood pressure are healed on protocol 3. But you got to do it for 3 months. You got to kill those parasitical eggs. Yes, it will help. How do you take my heirloom zeolite? No. Hey, Jarvis, let me show you where the instructions are on the zeolite. Ta-da! Turn the package around, Jarvis. Right there is the instructions on the zeolite. I get so many people going, well, I got my protocol, but you didn't send instructions. Well, guess what? They're on the bottles. They're on all bottles and they're on all the packaging. Plus, I send it to you 3 times in your order confirmation, your shipping, and your delivery confirmation emails as well, guys. And if you still can't find it, the links are at the bottom, very bottom of my website. Oh, great, Lisa. I'm so happy. Hey, get in group, Lisa, as soon as you can, and so we can walk you through this and keep us updated, okay? Do you only get invited to group if you buy? Yes, Crystal. The reason why is because I am doing this for free. I get free consultation in that group. So I had to narrow it down to only giving free consultation to those who are serious enough about their disease and illness to be on a protocol to want to heal 100%. I work over 100 hours a week. I get in group every single morning. I check the questions. So if I could answer 1,000,000 questions a day, I would. But yes, only people who are on a protocol get to be in the private group for now until I can, clone myself into 100 more Wendy's. Brain lesion, is this aneurysm? It could be Lady with Victory. Brain lesion I did a whole live on brain lesions and what it's caused by. And protocol 3 heals brain lesions. So get on protocol 3 if you have brain lesions. Is protocol 1 safe yes. Protocol 1 is safe if you're on statins. The only thing that I know of that any of my herbs would interfere with is blood thinners. And if you're on blood thinners, I want to highly encourage you to get off of them and take cayenne pepper supplements instead, because it does far better than blood thinners. Do you do the protocols once or do you continue taking them for long periods? Tess, you do them for 3 months straight? Some people, it's good enough. Those of us who are in our 60s, 70s, 80s, we need a little longer. But to maintain, I take 1 dose each of my protocol 2 every day. I take 1 dose to maintain because we don't live in the same world anymore. We're getting contaminated by other people. They are still getting this. We are getting shed on from the sky, in our food, in our water. We're always going to be contaminated. So we have to think about taking supplements in a different way now, where we need to protect ourselves. We need to keep our bodies clear of parasites, metals, pathogens, and dangerous things like that from just the people around us and in our environment.
Hey, Wendy, really quick, can I just, I want to clarify something. I'm seeing stuff in comments.
Yeah.
The ICU is taken internally, not in your eyes. Do not put the drops in your eyes. Take
Yeah.
it internally. And then there's somebody on here repeatedly asking for paraprotein, if you could talk about paraprotein.
Paraprotein?
Yeah. If whoever's commenting on that, can you guys clarify, please?
What's paraprotein?
A few messages. Blue Lotus, can you please clarify paraprotein?
What is paraprotein? I don't even know that one.
Well,
Is that a
hopefully Blue Lotus will clarify that for us.
is that a different kind of protein? Paraprotein? Is
No,
that a I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe it's high protein in your blood. I don't know. That's just a guess, but
I don't know.
Blue Lotus, clarify that for us.
Yes, Zen
Here's
and
your
glitter
chance.
protocol 3 is safe with high levels of iodine. I've healed anyone with any hyperthyroid, hyper, any thyroid issues. Protocol 3 heals it very fast. Okay, let me see if she posted what uh, paraprotein is. Maybe it's a brand.
It's to do with blood. All right. So Blue Lotus, we're probably going to need to have more information before she can talk on that.
Okay, Blue Lotus, I never heard of that. You know, there's a million names of diseases and illnesses out there. If I knew what it did to the blood, that would help me. Does it thicken the blood? Does it dirty the blood? Then I can answer you. But I never heard of that phrase, parablood. What does it interfere with blood thinners? The way it interferes with blood thinners is some of the herbs, especially wormwood, interferes with blood thinners. It will thin your blood even more. That's why it thins. That's why it interferes. It thins your blood more because it's going to clean your blood, and so therefore you wouldn't need blood thinners if you were on my protocol and taking cayenne pepper instead. But I would never advise you to go off your meds. Never, ever, ever. Because I do not know your personal situation. Thank you, Pammy. See you in group soon, Pammy. Can't wait. Oh, good, Joe. Good to see you, honey. 45 days, protocol 3. Good, Darren. How are you doing on protocol 3, Darren? You had high thyroid cancer. Do you still have thyroid cancer, OG? If you do, then you need protocol 2. How many people have been healed from herpes virus with protocol 3? Carrie, you're looking at the number 1.
Me
4
too, number
herpes.
2. I'm number 2. I had
Yeah,
black mold. I had black mold and 3 different types of mold in my body. And that was
yeah,
diagnosed through a doctor through testing. And
yeah,
I'm much better than what I've ever felt.
yeah. I healed from four herpes viruses, and you just heard Green Girl. She healed from herpes too on protocol 3. So there you got 2 right there. Carrie, it's why I formulated it. You will heal from any herpes virus on the protocol 3. That's for sure. Yeah, great, Jesse. Okay, guys, I got to start to sign off here because it gets darker here now as you know, darn, that winter is coming. You can just feel it in the air. At least here in Upper Michigan, the leaves are turning. It's like brr, and it's like the days aren't as long anymore. The sun sets early, like 7:30. Oh, like right now. I better get out there, guys. I have some things to harvest yet before the sun really goes down. So, okay. You guys have questions? Go to my website, godsherbsheal.com, and click Contact Us. I will try very hard to answer your emails, but I literally get hundreds of emails a day. So this is the best place to ask me questions, and I'm sorry if any of us missed your questions to answer them. But if you really, really need a question answered, just go to my website, godsherbsheal.com, and click Contact Us, and I'll answer as soon as I can. Sometimes it takes a few days. The ICU is taken under tongue or in a drink. It doesn't matter, Crystal, any way you want to take it. So, guys, I love you so much. Remember about heart disease now. Clean diet, take protocol 1 for any heart issues, including high blood pressure, and you will not have any heart or high blood pressure issues anymore. And then once you order, get into the private group because the invitation is going to be sent to you in your order confirmation email, and we'll take you from there, okay? We'll get you totally healed from any heart issues, hopefully. I mean, not that we can't do surgery, guys. We can't do surgery. But if you have high blood pressure or high cholesterol or anything like that having to do with the heart, get on protocol 1. Get on protocol 1, and you will be cleared. You guys, I'm here every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. So either I'll see you on the other side in group because you're serious about healing from diseases and illness, or I'll see you next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. And guys, let's plan on doing a testimony live next Wednesday, okay? Sound good?
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. We'll get Robert on too. So you guys be prepared for next Wednesday's testimony live because you want to see testimonies, you'll get testimonies. You'll see how many people are healing from all disease and illness. So see you guys next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. I love you and God bless you all. Take care and we'll see you on the other side of healing, loves. Bye now.
Bye.